Well, we are one round down of the college baseball tournament. The regionals are done, and it's time for the super regionals that start today. I think they just started like 2 minutes ago, but I haven't looked at anything, so these aren't going to impact my picks at all. But we're going to make picks for each of the 8 super regionals. It's going to be the winners from the regionals playing in a best of 3 series. But yeah, there's going to be eight super regionals. Let's see who's going to come out on top in each one of these, and let's make some picks. So, and I'll tell you if I was right about the regional winners. First, we have the Knoxville Super Regional featuring Tennessee and LSU. Now, I did pick Tennessee. Out of LSU's region, I had Gonzaga. So, Tennessee, pretty smooth. Honestly, a rough start. They were losing 8-5 to Wright State. They hit a walk-off grand slam to win that game, and it was smooth sailing after that. They beat Liberty. I think they beat Liberty twice to go here. LSU, they beat Gonzaga they lost to Gonzaga in the first round. They got shut out. Beat Central Connecticut on a walk-off, barely survived in the loser's bracket, went out and beat Gonzaga, and then they beat Oregon the first time. Then they had to go beat Oregon again, and they did beat Oregon again. So LSU's been surviving by the skin of their teeth, but they got here. Stat comparisons, well, they play in the same conference, so this record, Tennessee, way better record. Better average, more runs, more homers, more stolen bases, way better ERA, slightly better Ks per 9, but like barely. Tennessee way better in the walks per 9. I think this is an easy pick. Give me Tennessee to win 2 games, 2-0. Tennessee's got this one. Next one we got is Dallas Baptist and Virginia. Virginia, they lost their first game in pretty bad fashion too. They were up in that game, and they lost South Carolina. Had to come back against a Jacksonville team with a losing record. Beat South Carolina again in the losers bracket, and beat Old Dominion twice, and including a walk-off winner to send them to the Super Regional. Dallas Baptist. They beat Oregon State to start it off. Great comeback win against TCU to send them to the regional championship. I think they lost to Oregon State again, forcing a winner-go-home game, and then they won against Oregon State to get here. They have a very impressive record, 40-16. Better average, more runs, way more homers. This Dallas Baptist team can hit. They can hit. I almost picked him in this region. I think I ended up picked TCU, but I was like 2 seconds away from picking Dallas Baptist. And I picked South Carolina and Virginia. I didn't really think Virginia had it. These are 2 3 seeds, so this will be interesting. Virginia with the way better pitching. But I think Dallas Baptist is going to jump out on the sticks. They're going to hit their way to a super regional championship in 3 games. Give me Dallas Baptist. Now this one, okay. This is probably the super regional I'm most excited for. No, go away, Cortana. This is the one I'm most excited for, because Ole Miss gets hype at their stadium seats. I think it's the biggest college baseball stadium, or one of them. This Notre Dame team, though, they have been hitting at an alarming rate. Nico Cavadas, that man can hit. He was hitting balls way out in Notre Dame's regional. They won easily, beat Central Michigan, beat UConn 26-3, and then I think they beat Central Michigan again to win their regional. Let's do a stat comparison record. I'm not sure how 33-11 is better than 43-15. I guess just percentage-wise. Yeah, I guess win percentage, but I think this is more impressive. Pretty much the same average. Mississippi State, they have more runs because they played more games, but barely more homers. You'd think Notre Dame would have way less homers. Same amount of stolen bases. Pretty much the same ERA. Way more strikeouts from Mississippi State. And they have a little bit better of a walks per 9. This is really close. This is 50-50. This will go 3 games. I'm really excited for this super regional. But my pick is going to be Mississippi State. because they're at home, and I think that's a big advantage here. I think they're going to lean off their ruckus crowd, and I think Mississippi State's going to come away in 3 games. But I'm really excited for this Super Regional. This is probably the one I'm the most excited for, is Notre Dame and Mississippi State. This is going to be a bloodbath in the Starkville Super Regional. Now, to this matchup. Now, this is interesting. Texas, they swept their regional. Number 2 ranked team in the country, beats Southern, and then they beat Arizona State, and then they beat Fairfield for the regional championship. South Florida, on the other hand, was the 4 seed in their regional. They upset Florida, upset Miami to go to the regional championship, and then South Alabama fought their way to play them. 3-4 regional championship. South Alabama beat them, forcing a winner-go-home game, and then South Florida shut the door and ended up winning. Their record's barely over 500, but they've made it here. But I mean, Texas is just a new beast. I'm sorry. I don't think that I want South Florida to push this one. I think this could be interesting. But I think Texas is. I think they're going to have this one pretty easily. I mean, they dominate them in every stat. I mean, yeah. I think Texas is going to have this one, but South Florida, they did it before. Maybe they can do it again, but I think Texas is going to have this one pretty easily. Ooh, this is an interesting one. 2 teams with very impressive records, Vandy and East Carolina. This will be a series. Both of these teams swept their regionals. Vandy, they beat Presbyterian, then they beat Georgia Tech. The game that's where I got this hat, by the way. And then they beat Georgia Tech again for the regional championship. East Carolina, they beat Norfolk State, Charlotte, and Maryland, I think. Yeah. But both these teams are very good, both with very impressive records. Vandy slightly better in pretty much every stat category. And I'll tell you why I think Vandy's going to win is because they have Kumar and Jack Leiter pitching games 1 and 2. Good luck, East Carolina, because you're gonna have to steal a game from one of them to force a game 3. Because if this goes to 3, I think East Carolina can do it. Because that's kind of Vandy's problem. They really don't have much behind Leiter and Kumar, but you're gonna have to steal a game from one of them, and it'll be hard. So I think Vandy will win, but East Carolina, I think they could do it, but I'm going to pick Vandy. All right. Ooh, Tucson Super Regional, Ole Miss and Arizona. Arizona swept their regional, beating Santa Barbara, Grand Canyon, and I think that's it. Ole Miss, they beat Southeast Missouri State, they beat Florida State, and then they lost to Southern Miss, but they were able to win the winner-go-home game to get here. Arizona State, great average. That looks very impressive, 327. They score a lot of runs. Ole Miss, a lot more homers and more stolen bases. Slightly better ERA, but Ole Miss holds down the Ks per 9 and the walks per 9. This is going to be a very close regional. I haven't been high on Arizona all year. Like, I've kind of thought Arizona's been a little bit overrated. And I feel like Ole Miss might take this one. I don't know. I don't really have a reason to think Arizona's overrated. It's just because I kind of didn't know if their pitching was that great. Like a 4.34 ERA is not very good, but I mean the 4.55 that Ole Miss has is not much better. So I don't really know who to go with here, but I'm going to go with Ole Miss just because I think they've been battle tested more in the SEC than Arizona has in the Pac-12, and I think they're going to come in ready and they're going to take this one in Tucson. And then Lubbock Regional, Texas Tech and Stanford. A bunch of people were making fun of me for not picking Texas Tech. I'm like, I'm telling you, man, UCLA, Pac-12 team, one of the hottest teams in the country, and then they went out and lost. And then Stanford's region, I picked UC Irvine, and they were so close. UC Irvine forced a winner-go-home game, but they couldn't quite get it done. This is concerning. Texas Tech has them beat in pretty much every stat. So yeah, and plus they've been down. I've heard they're like 22-4 at home. People were telling me how good they were at home, so I'm gonna take Texas Tech in 2. Texas Tech in 2 games. And then last one, oh my goodness, Arkansas. So I picked Arkansas to win the national championship, right? They struggle against NJIT in their opening game, and I'm kind of scared. Beat Nebraska. Okay, moving to their regional championship. Nebraska comes, beats them again, and they lost to Nebraska 5-1. So I'm like, uh-oh. Winner go home game in Fayetteville. And then, uh-oh, they're down 2-0 to start to Nebraska. They bring in Kevin Kopps. Kevin Kopps pitches 7 innings in relief. The most Kevin Kopps has pitched this entire year is 4 innings. 7 innings of relief. No earned runs, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. And Arkansas comes back to win 6-2. They tied it up 2-2, and then they scored on a pass ball, and the next pitch guy hit a 3-run homer to give them the lead. Very exciting game. NC State, they kind of ran through the rusted regional with Louisiana Tech. I really thought Louisiana Tech would win that, but NC State went out and proved me wrong. But you know what you're getting with Arkansas, the homers, 102 homers. That's a lot of homers. NC State likes to run, 70 stolen bases, but I didn't. 4.91 ERA against a 3.77 against a team that can hit. I think Arkansas is going to take this one, but NC State's got momentum. They maybe could take a game. I don't know. This will be fun though. But I'm going to take Arkansas. So those are my picks. Let me know if you like them or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys with possibly some super regional streams, which those will be fun. Those will be very fun. So I'll see you guys there.